Hello, this is a brief demonstration of how to use the net present value function in Microsoft Excel and a brief exploration of the concept of net present value. So our question is, would you rather $10,000 today or $250,000 in 10 years? Now, negating personal preference, say a preference for home renovations or that vacation you always wanted to take, and thinking of it in a business sense where you're trying to maximize shareholder value, the answer to this question will depend on what you can do with that $100,000 today. So let's assume that you consistently get a 7% return on your investments when you invest it in your business. So what we'll do is set up a table. It is very important to have a clear and concise table, especially when the spreadsheets get more complex. But in this way you can manipulate the numbers and affect changes easily. Now, to get the function, you want to go to your formula builder, which will be under your toolbox. You can search for the function in the search bar, which will be under financial. Double click on this, and our rate is 7%, also known as the discount rate, and our values will be year 1 to year 10. Now you have to highlight 10 cells in order for the function to calculate 10 time periods. This is why such a table is so easy. Hit enter, and at 7%, the present value of $250,000 is $127,000 plus. So in this circumstance, it is better to take the $250,000 in 10 years. So you can see that the net present value function is a way to compare apples with apples. Now, this is another benefit to setting up your tables nicely. Let's say your boss comes back and he says, no, actually, we can get 10% off our money. We've been getting 10% off our money for years. This is the number we want to use. You can just change it in there, hit enter, and you can see how the net present value has changed. So in this circumstance, the present value of $250,000 is $96,000 plus. So that means that it is better to get the $100,000 today, again comparing apples to apples. Now let's explore a second question. Should we go ahead with this new product line? You have talked to the CFO and they've determined that the weighted average cost of capital or opportunity cost of capital plus a little risk premium is 10%. The weighted average cost of capital will be explored in a different video. And after consulting numerous departments, you've determined that the initial investment to get the product ready to market is $100,000. So this is why we always have a year zero. That is your current expenditure, your capital expenditure. And you estimate that the first year you'll get $15,000 in revenues. That is expected to increase for the first 5 years by 10% and then decrease for the next 5 years by 5%. So for the second year, we want to increase our cash flow by 10%. You do equals, and that creates your own formula. And the formula will always be seen up here in your formula bar. So we'll go equals this cell, 15,000 times 10%, 1.1. Enter. That gives us our second year cash flows. Now instead of doing the same thing here, equals this cell times 1.1, what we can do is go into the corner of the cell and drag it down, and that will automatically do the same, apply the same formula as you had put in there to the next ones. So it's a nice shortcut, that's for sure. And then now we want to decrease by 5% times that cell times 0.95. Enter. And then again, we can drag the corner of the cell down here. Now we want to go to our NPV function again. And our rate is 10%. Our values are year 1 to year 10. And then unfortunately we can't highlight that value too. What we need to do is in our formula builder here, up top, we have to add the initial investment. Hit enter. And so the present value in today's dollars of this new product line is 13 grand. That will increase the value of the company by $13,000 in today's money by going ahead with this new product line. Now, if the boss says, oh, the risk premium, I'm not sure about this, we're going to add another 3% to the risk premium. You add that to your interest rate. We can change it up here. And now you can see that the present value is negative in here. So a rule for net present value is you always accept investments that have a positive NPV. So given a 13% discount rate, this product line would not be a go-ahead. However, given a 10% discount rate, yes. And that concludes our brief demonstration of net present value. Hope this helped.